Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of TCG Talk, back today with another video. In today's video, buckle up, it's going to be a little bit of a longer one. We are going to do a gameplay review from my recent stream where I streamed some Arakni games. We ended up having a really good day, didn't drop a game, which was really fun. But I had one particular game here in Kassai that I wanted to go over, kind of talk about some things that I was doing. And also, this is my first time watching it back, so hopefully we can find some mistakes that we made and kind of talk about through my play lines. People have been wanting more Arakni gameplay. I'm going to try to show it off. Luckily, this player also didn't have their name posted, so I don't have to worry about, calling anyone out good or bad. So we're going to go through it. We're going to have some fun, and hopefully you all enjoy it. But if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoy your stay. If you're a long-standing supporter, thank you so much as always. Feel free to check out the Discord down below. We have an amazing community right now. A lot of new people, a lot of new faces, like 500-600 members. It's insane. 500 active members pretty much. And if you want to check out the channel membership down below, it's basically like a Twitch sub. If you've been watching the content for a while, maybe you think it's worth it to support the channel in a different way, I'd really appreciate it. But if not, it's totally fine. I appreciate you just being here watching So we're going to get right into it. So yeah, we played Arakni, and we ended up having a really, really good game and ended up having a really close game here against Kassai. And I wanted to watch it back because people have been wanting to see gameplay videos. Also, I love watching my games and seeing how many mistakes I made and how I can get better. So we're going to go through this together, go turn by turn. I'll try to fill in as much as I can. These videos are always interesting if I can fill space enough, you know what I mean? But yeah, into Kassai, it's a little bit weird. So first for equipment, I've been playing around with different things. The best thing I've learned so far is just Nerve Scalpel into Skill Peeler. Nerve Scalpel helps, prevent their blocks being better with anything from a Blade Runner to a Run Through or to React, but also Skill Peeler just turns off Dynamo. And then I'm still playing around with running either Balance of Justice or Mask of Perdition. I do like Balance of Justice. They draw cards that cash in. It really helps that, and it helps the block against the Nourishing Emptiness, because we can block with this and our legs and a card first even if we don't have a D-React. So it really helps for that. When it comes to the deck, it's hard. Kassai's are running so many different builds, and not just different builds, but different play styles. So I normally just side in everything most of the time. I have been leaving out erase faces at times. And for this one, I did leave out a race face. So turn one, they have a turn one. They go first. Normally, you want to go first in almost every matchup. I can't think of a matchup where I don't want to go first. Maybe Ninja. That's about it. But they play Hot Streak here. This is pretty simple. All we got to do is, play Sigil. I'm going to see if they react to it. They don't. So I gain 3 life, take 2, but it doesn't have go again. So essentially, turn 1, I gain 1 life. And I used a card. Also, if you notice, I am running 63, 67 cards in this matchup. They are running 70 cards. So 3 more cards than I am. This first turn 1, it's pretty simple. I can choose to Arsenal here. But my Arsenal target isn't really good. I have 2 options here. I either can play Rob the Rich here. And wait, what did I end up doing? Oh, I ended up doing something. Okay, yeah, I did. Okay, yeah, play Surgical Extraction with the Red Shred. You can either play Rob the Rich there and Arsenal the Surgical, or do this. But I had the Red Shred in hand, and I figured I could force out some stuff here. Honestly, for some reason, Braids Force Bracers in my head was Temper, and I chose Braids Force Bracers. I should have chose the other one. It would have hit for 1 more point of damage. But we're able to take the Commanding Performance out there. And honestly, I don't know if that's the right play or not. So, if we're looking at this, we get the guaranteed silver generation from a blue, and we're not even going to have an Arsenal. So, again, this is why I like watching these things, because I like pointing out my mistakes. And I did remember this mistake before I even watched the video. Here, we 100% should have taken a blue, preferably the hit and run. With Commanding Performance, they do have an Arsenal, though, so that doesn't feel good. But get the silver generation. We're not going to have an Arsenal anyway, so even if they pump it, it doesn't bother us. Just take away the hit and run, get the silver. But I didn't end up doing that. I made the mistake of getting rid of their pump. I don't remember if I get punished for this, but they end up playing Slice and Dice. So if they would have played Slice and Dice into Commanding Performance, they wouldn't have had go again. But since I didn't take one of their go again makers in Precision Press or in hit and run, they're able to now swing for 3 and then 5. And if I would have taken the blue away, the best they could have done is swung for 5 and kept their slice and dice in arsenal. So I lose 3 points of value by incorrectly banishing the wrong card. And sometimes you got to think about that. And that's some of the biggest decision points with Arakni is you have to think, like, do I go for silver? Do I go for threats? Sometimes it is good just to get rid of their threat, even if you don't make a silver. But in this situation, 100% should have done the blue first. So now, as you can see, like, I'm losing a lot of value here. And if they would have done the other way around, I could have just, I could have done a lot more. But that's how you learn. So here I'm going to try like heck to get some hits. Eradicate's really good into Kassai because she runs a lot of yellows, right, for her hero ability. So, this is a good play, being able to, but they end up overblocking it, which does change things, but it's fine. I'm okay with that. If they give me 2 cards on that and an arsenal and unmovable, not too bad. Not too shabby. Force a lot of interaction there, which is good. So they play Iron Song Pride. Can't remember if I let this hit. No, I did not. So it's a little bit awkward here because that immovable is kind of stuck in arsenal. I didn't want to use an immovable on a 2-power attack. That felt really bad. But we still can scale peeler into humble here, which isn't too bad. It's 7 damage, and it turns off their hero ability, their ability to try to get a gold. So it does help with that. Hopefully y'all are enjoying this. Also, let me know in the comments below if you want me to do this a different way. I'm trying my best to like show how the case this is. Yeah. On hot streaks, honestly, I think they should just always run double saber into me. But again, Kassai's run different builds right now because hot streak just, I have so many cards in my deck that don't turn on hot streak. It's hard for them to do something. So I can go Enlightened Strike for 5 and a Slay the Scholars for 4, which I think is what I end up doing. Yep. 9 damage with a non-hit. Pretty good. Still got that unmovable and arsenal to pack away if they have a big attack. But I am leaving myself open to commanding performance. But we already got rid of 1, right? So we're already doing good in that aspect. And as you can see here, just by casually playing my deck and playing it well, we're at 58 cards after this card, and they're at 59. So we've already made up, 4 cards of difference here. They use Take It on the Chin very, very well here. And I thought about Flick Knivesing, but I was like, you know what? It's not worth it for a Slay of Scholars. I was really thinking about it. And then I was like, nah, not worth it. Don't get too greedy with Flick Knives, especially in a matchup like this that's going to go the distance if they're well versed in their hero. The Kassai matchup, even though I've done really well into it, is very an issue. And also, this is another mistake I made earlier because I messed up on that banish on surgical, and then I got greedy with my hand that was awkward, and I blocked with Balance of Justice. Don't do that. If you're playing Kassai and if you play Balance of Justice, or heck, even if you're playing the regular equipment, try to keep your equipment for this play right here. For either a Spoils of War, because you don't want them making copper, or Nourishing Emptiness, because that's when you want to block it out. And I couldn't really block it out here. I could unmovable, though. So got lucky with that, had the unmovable. But ideally, you don't want to have to waste an unmovable on this. But we're just going to pitch 3 cards here. Probably keep the Leave No Witnesses, I'm assuming. Yep. Those 3 reds stacked together, though, feels bad. It is nice and Enlightened Strikes next to them, so it's not too bad. But now that they don't have Dynamos, this starts to become a little bit more annoying for them. A little bit more annoying. And they have to give me more equipment blocks. So now we're in a good spot because they don't want to block with Grains. Their Braceforce Bracers are gone. The Crown of Province is gone. So, we're 16 cards in, and we've pretty much gotten rid of all their equipment, except for Dynamo. Keeping them off Dynamo as much as we can is very important. They were off Dynamo for a few turns. That hurt. So here's a play where it's really hard. I have a very good turn coming up, right? I can play, Leave No Witnesses, give it go again with Curse of Tendency most likely, and then play Already Dead. And I also can just dagger into Leave into Already Dead, right? So I can do a 11 damage turn with multiple on hits, but I have to give them a gold. Looking at this now, I actually probably shouldn't let this hit because it gives them a gold, and we don't want to give them a gold. But it does have go again. And I think the way I looked at this, I think I let this hit because there's no way I'm going to block this out without giving my whole hand. And that feels really bad on this type of turn. So we give them a gold and a copper. I took a chance there, and I think it was the right play, but we're now down 7 life, and they already have a gold, which is really good for their Raise an Army game plan. So we have to take tempo fast here. We're a little bit behind at the start of this game, but it's not too bad. Bottom this, give us even higher chance to final red, because we're going to play Coercive Tendency and give it go again. They overblock heavily. Okay, this is where Coercive is so good. Major on hit they don't want to hit. They really value this card. Yes, we're not going to get their arsenal, but we are going to be able to punish them for overblocking. Ooh, Raise an Army is very good. Yep. We're going to do the Blade Flurry. And now we can Nerve Scalpel here into Already Dead. I wonder if I keep my Tunic here. I think I keep my Tunic here. Or do I not? No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, Nerve Scalpel and Already Dead. Because if they have an attack react in hand, then now this Already Dead gets through. Or a defense reaction even. I didn't bottom Raise an Army. I wanted to do that, so that really helped. I gave up a gold, and I dealt 7 damage while banishing 2 of their cards, including a Blade Flurry and a Raise an Army. Not too bad. But that's what Coercive Tendency allows you to do that Arakni couldn't do before. Because if you think about that, let's just say that Coercive Tendency is a regular blue, right? In that same situation. We can't hold all those cards because our best case scenario is we play Already Dead first, hoping that they just don't respect it, pop Boots, and then play Leave No Witnesses. But we don't get the target banish, right? So Coercive Tendency just allows you to sometimes hold cards and really try to take tempo back. Okay, so we're off Tunic. So Rob the Rich and Annihilate the Armed are here. Really, we're just going to take this 2 damage. We don't ever want to... Our block is not very efficient there. I want to make them have an attack reaction because I can always just block this out. Honestly, I could have blocked with just 1 card there. Probably should have. That's another very minor mistake. But right here, I should have just blocked with 1 card. Should have just kept like Annihilate the Armed and Arsenaled it. That's what I should have done. I mean, they get another Vigor, but that's not really going to do too much. This is where Arakni becomes very annoying. If they have a D-React, they have a D-React. It's fine. Here, I end up using my Nerve Scalpel. So this was a very risky play by me. I probably shouldn't have done it this early, but I wanted to get rid of Blade Flurry because Blade Flurry is so good. So good in Kassai. I value it very, very highly. But honestly, probably should have kept my Nerve Scalpel, to be honest with you. But it's fine. Have a weird hand here. Cut to the chase and Lightning Strike. Not much. I mean, we're just going to Lightning Strike for 7 here, right? All day long. They end up having another Blade Flurry, which is their now 3rd one. They're now out of Blade Flurries. But so we're okay with that. Yes, they make the gold. So now we're kind of on a clock because we don't want them to make sellswords. That sucks. And there's their second Raise an Army. We banished 1, right? But now we're kind of on a clock because that cycle is going to come back up. And if they're smart and they don't pop their gold, they can really put us in a weird situation, right? So we saw Shred on top with Vapor Scene, and we're like, if it would have been a good attack, like a Leave No Witnesses or something like that, or a Codex, I would have chose Draw a Card and just had a really good arsenal. But I really don't want to arsenal a blue Shred right now. So ended up not arsenaling that card. So we're about to be on Tunic. My thought process, I already can tell you, is probably keep the Eradicate and the Shred if at all possible. Actually, no, I blocked with Shred here. That's an interesting play. And I blocked with Flick Knives. Okay, another misplay here. Honestly, looking at this, I should have blocked with just Rob the Rich, taken 2, blocked with Annihilate the Armed. Nothing would have happened out of that. And then I would have done Eradicate into Shred. But I didn't do that. I ended up fully blocking this out with Flick Knives, which I didn't need to do. Now, granted, I'm not going to Flick Knives again because I don't want to get rid of both daggers. But, like, as you can see, like, it ended up being the same amount of cards expended from hand. 100% should have blocked with the 2 attacks there and kept the shred. But I ended up arsenaling this Eradicate, which is still a good secondary play, but I think to apply pressure, definitely should have played the shred because they would have probably dynamoed into an attack into a card anyway. So I probably would have gotten 3 more banish off of that. But even with a couple misplays, we're still doing good. We're managing the game. We're doing what we need to do. Nothing too crazy. And right now, what is in Arsenal? We have Eradicate in Arsenal with no pumps, right? It hurts a little bit. So I think here we just kind of fully block out. They have Go again here. That's their 3rd raise an army. So we know we're about 28, 27-ish cards from raise an army. We lost the Eradicate, which feels bad. Honestly, we shouldn't have blocked with that. Leave no witness. We should have attacked with it for sure. Yeah, another misplay by me. Again, maybe it was because I was on stream, but if I'm going to give up my Arsenal like that, I need to at least keep the leave no witnesses. But hey, that's how you learn. That's why I like watching these. I like seeing the misplays I make. It makes me feel better, like that I can improve, you know? Don't be afraid of making mistakes. I actually might have been talking on stream. There's a chance I could have been talking on stream. I just screwed up because of that, to be honest with you. Nourishing Emptiness. This one feels bad. Can't quite block it out. I could give up Tunic here. Could end up giving Tunic here. I think I was doing something on stream here for a second. Yeah, I was. Maybe that's why I messed up that play. It could have been I was doing. There was one time during this game where someone asked me to fix something. And yeah, now I'm contemplating giving up Tunic and Black Tech Whispers. And then I'm like, you know what? Not worth it. I don't think it's worth it here. We're not going on some pop-off play where them having a 5-card hand is that big a deal. We're just going to Fate, get the value out of it. I'm not happy about it. Cut to the chase on top's not too shabby. It helps set us up to Arsenal, a Command and Conquer, and then be able to... or not Arsenal. We're fully giving this up. Okay, I would have Arsenal, a Command and Conquer there. I think it's better in that situation to Arsenal, the Command and Conquer, because... if you're drawing into a cut to the chase, there's a very good chance you could play like a 0 cost, cut to the chase, pop boots, Command and Conquer. But that wouldn't have happened this play for sure. So ended up getting lucky on this one. Or unlucky, depending on which way you look at it. I don't... Wait, do I let this hit? There's no way I let this hit. No, okay. I was about to kick myself in the foot. Yep. I was hoping that I would draw into like a 0 cost attack that I could just play. Did not end up working out. But yeah, you've seen a couple misplays. And honestly, I think I would have been maybe not in a better spot life situation. I think the life parity still would have been pretty even. But I think my card economy would be a lot better right now because they're beating me in card economy right now. They're at 33. Actually, we're tied. I'm winning by 1 card. But they have 2 weapons, right? So eventually that's going to start to sway in their favor. So we end up arsenaling the unmovable. This is an interesting turn because we don't have a whole lot here. We can pitch the Plague Hive with Tunic on unmovable if we want to. I think we should let this hit. No, we don't. Oh, I guess our hand's really not that good. So we can pitch the Plague Hive away right now with Tunic in order to give him something. But I think we just... yeah, Cursive is a smart play. Because we can do Scale Peeler into Plunder. Ended up giving him a Blood Rot Pox. which is pretty funny, which they're probably going to take. We bomb a Slice and Dice. So in those situations, Slice and Dice Red is a very powerful card, and my thought is they're going to block this. So I don't want them to draw into a powerful card. So I'm just going to keep bottoming their cards. I usually always bottom powerful cards unless I could literally make a $100 bet with myself that card's going to hit, right? So just keep bottoming their cards. They don't see them. And eventually they'll get to their powerful cards, but they have no like resources or health management in order to play them, in order to get room. They still have 2 gold, though, which is a little bit shiesty for me. Raising Army is a real thing in this matchup, but they only have 1 copper, so their blood on their hand turn right now is not good. Not very good. We can block with Shred here pretty easily. We still have the unmovable just parked in Arsenal right now. Honestly, should block with the Shred here. But no, I just like, oh, it already has go again. Never mind. From the agility, from take it on the chin. And this is where it works. Fully block it out. We should definitely pitch the coercive here. Yep. They don't get the value. They still take 2 damage. They get their arsenal. So here we're trying to care about card economy the most right now. We're pretty even, and anytime I can at least get him to banish a card, like I can already tell that this matchup's probably not going to be won by damage. It's going to be won by fatigue. So if I can, like right here, I'm making them give me a card, and they're also going to lose a card. So I made them right there. I made them give me 2 cards for my 2 cards. So we're pretty much even. That's how you got to look at it. They did a good job. They're taking on the chins. Were very, very clutch this game. Very, very clutch. Yeah, right here I'm counting their cards up because they're at currently 26, 27 cards. And we're at 28, so we're still a 1-card lead right now. So I figure here, I think at this point, I'm like, okay, I got to start taking damage at some point because I need to start threatening more than blocking more, because if I just keep in this situation where you're even with Kassai, you're actually behind, in my opinion, because unless you get to really low life totals where they have to overblock you, because they have 2 weapons, right? And as long as they can give go again, they're going to outvalue you. So you have to kind of take a little damage in order to kind of threaten a lot. I'm pretty sure here I scale Peeler into Humble just to get the Humble out Arsenal and put the Sink in Arsenal, is my guess. I don't want to end up doing here. And we pitch away an Already Dead, like a good attack with a blue. Oh, did I end up doing this? Oh, that's dumb. That's the wrong play. Wrong play here. I'm thinking about trying to get a banish. Like, that's what I'm thinking in my head. But really, I need to Arsenal that Sink. I need to Arsenal that Sink there. For sure. I think that's the better play. And we pitch away Already Dead with a blue, which is perfect, right? He ends up taking this, though, just to the face, which tells me I thought he was about to raise an army here. I don't think he does this turn, but I thought he was going to. So spoils. The second I see spoils, usually it's a block out. But I'm not going to be able to block this out fully, which sucks. They're kind of just going to make their copper here. I try to prevent it the best I can. But once they play Blade Runner, I now cannot block it out. So I just got to let this hit. But I did prevent 2 copper, right? They're only going to get 2 copper here, not 4, which is a big deal. But honestly, it's got to let this hit. Play out the Humble, Arsenal, the Sigil, so they don't know what it is. And then go from there. But currently, they're at 23 cards. We're at 23. We're tied right now on cards. So it's getting a little bit dicey. But we just traded 2 cards for 1 right there, which is nice. Arsenal, the Sigil, so they don't know what it is. They think it's a reaction. They have to play around it potentially. And again, this is a situation where I can kind of just take damage if I want to. I don't know why I block with the Codex here. There's zero reason to block there. We're pretty even on life. I could have easily kept the Codex for later. It was pretty dumb on my part to do that. I don't see. This is where I started getting really risky and maybe losing the game because I didn't need to block there. The first attack, I could have blocked the second attack and kept the Codex in hand and pitched it away. I gave up way too many cards in card economy there because now I'm officially down one card. Now they gave me 2 here, which is nice, including a Raisin Army, which is very interesting. We got a little lucky here with how they overblocked because we were very inefficient with some of our blocks here. Again, I don't need to block this at all. Well, actually, I do. I should have blocked with the Favor Scene, though. Should have blocked with the Favor Scene. I thought they were going to give it a go again, to be honest with you. In some way, shape, or form. Trying to get their freaking... I did not sink blood in their hands here because I was like, you know what? They're going to have to give me 2 cards here in order to block this Slay the Scholars out. I don't think they're going to do it. I personally didn't think they were going to do it. We're getting really low on cards. This is a situation where I think they would just not block me at all. And they ended up letting me get the blood in their hands, which was huge. But as you can see, there were several times in this game where I made some mistakes. Like, yes, I am really good on life now. I'm at 19-10 in life, so I did preserve life really well. But if you think about it, those 2 attacks that I took would have put me at 15. I'd still be up 5 life. And they end up finally raising an army. So here, I kind of just have to take this damage because if you look at my hand, I have a Fate for Sea in hand, so I can definitely use that on one of these Centauri Sellswords, but I need to get rid of both Sellswords like next turn. Cannot let them live. They have to die. Even if it's inefficient to clear them, I have to clear them. So we let the first one hit, or we let one of them hit. Have to let this one hit. And then we end up, or we blocked one more, and then we end up being able to attack with a Lightning Strike and a Slay a Scholar to get rid of them. But we had to expend 2 cards just to get rid of their Sellswords, and now we're at 12 cards, and they're at 14. Now we're down 2 cards here, and life parity is almost even. So, you know, it's a little rough. So now this is a situation where I see where I'm at in card economy, and I know that I have to kind of like, I have to just kind of take damage and try to like threaten a lot. Let them make their gold. I know all the Raisin armies are gone. I banished one, they blocked with another, and the third one's gone. So the most they're going to get out of gold here is just card filter. So this hand, my thought process is I tunic to rob the rich to then play cut to the chase. I don't think they're going to block 6 on this turn. I just don't. I don't think they're going to give me 2 cards on a rob the rich. Doesn't make sense. If they do give me 2 cards, I can cut to the chase and shred, still deal 3 damage, and get rid of another card out of their deck and arsenal the Command and Conquer. If they don't respect the rob the rich or they block it for 3 and I cut to the chase, I then can pop boots and then play Command and Conquer for 6, which is a really powerful turn. I actually don't remember how this turn ended up, so we're about to see. I end up not sinking the Blade Runner because I'm like, I think I can get this to hit. Yep, so this is a situation where we do this, we pop. I think they have a D-React here. I think that's what happened. Nope. So yeah, we're able to get rid of a card from hand and a card from their deck, which is huge. That's 2 cards, and we're about to get rid of their arsenal. So we just got rid of 3 cards for the price of 2, and we got them down to 2 damage. This is why I shouldn't have blocked with Flick Knives earlier. Because yes, I don't want to flick it again, but this is a really crappy hand also. Extremely crappy hand. in this situation, it's probably more efficient to... honestly, I should have bought the coercive there and tried to draw into an attack that I then could pitch Plague Hive for. But I think I just wanted to play for block here. My thought at this point is I'm a little bit down on card economy, but if they can't give something go again, then we're in fine shape. Definitely made some misplays this game, though. Yep. We do. Should not have Arsenal there, but it's fine. I think it was frustrated at this point. So here I basically have to say, you have to kill me. But I gave them a frailty token. So this is, honestly, I think I won the game off of playing Codex. Because I gave them a frailty token, and they play blow on your hands. And they end up attacking me for, let's see. They gave both swords +1, I think. Or both swords go again. That comes in for 1. It would have came in for 2. So that's 2 damage. This comes in for 1. It would have came in for 2. That's 4 damage. We've only been dealt 2 so far. This comes in for 2. That would have been 3 damage. So we're at 7. And this would have came in for 2, 9. They would have threatened lethal, but instead they only did 4 damage. So now that they have to block with multiple cards from hand, if I'm smart here, just pitch the Plague Hive. They have to take it. They don't have a choice here. Honestly, looking at it, I shouldn't have played the Eradicate because it doesn't matter. I should have played the Humble. But I wanted to be able to shred it. Ended up winning off of that. So, as you can see, we ended up winning the game. Probably when we shouldn't have, to be honest. We ended up having a couple misplays. But overall, the gameplay wasn't bad. I know I'm focusing on the bad, but I always do when I watch my games over, whether I win or lose. I enjoyed the game, though, and I learned a lot on, really having to think about value in terms not just of math, but of how you're going to come back at the hero. But hopefully y'all enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. If not, it's totally fine. Go to our Flesh and Mud creator, leave a like, comment, subscribe on their stuff so we can get more people seeing this game. Feel free to check out the Patreon, or not Patreon, but the channel membership down below and the Discord. Would love to see y'all in there if you so choose to support the channel in a different way. But thank y'all so much. Y'all stay safe, and I'll see y'all next time.